Hi, this is Roni, and welcome to How to Kill a Kit with Style, September 2019. And I am going to scrap 4 pictures. Yeah, they're tiny though. And it's for a Secret Not Secret Kit Club challenge, and it's to do that sketch there. And it's also for the Redefine the Creative Secret Not Secret Kit Club for this week. And so you can do it on that public one also, and be put in the drawing to win something. I'm not sure what you win, but you do win something. And all you have to do is do the layout and put it on that website, on the Facebook page. This paper here has got like the peace sign, hands with the peace sign all over it, and I'm going to use them to do the background, the 9 little squares. And I was cutting them out here, and I thought I was doing 3 inches each. I don't know. Maybe the paper's not 3 inches. I don't know. But some of them ended up different sizes, and I just went with it. A couple I think I cut down a tiny bit because they were bigger, so it's probably me. But I did have a problem with that. But you will notice they are different, some of them. And see here, that's where I'm trying to figure out what happened here. There are different sizes. They're not stacking up like they should, because they should be all 3 by... No, it wasn't 3 by 3. It's 2.75. 2 3/4 is what it was supposed to be. Anyway, I'm checking that one out and laying it on top. So yeah, I finally decided though I'm going to go with it. Like I said, I do trim a couple. But yeah, and then one of the pieces is bigger, and in the sketch it shows the right hand side with a notebook punch had been used on it, so I will use my notebook punch on that too, because I like using the notebook punch on pages, especially with kids on there. And the pictures, you can see them over to the right. My grandkids are doing a car wash. And my daughter runs a nonprofit organization here in town, and it's called You Can, and it's United Cancer Network Association, something. I don't know. They just call it You Can all the time. Anyway, it's to help people that have cancer to pay like their electric bill or give them gas cards to go to and from treatments, and they have a couple vans, and they will give them a ride to and from treatments, because sometimes they're not up to driving, but they need to go to those treatments and their family's working, so they do that too. Anyway, somebody told them they were going to do a car wash fundraiser, and either they didn't organize well or something. The day of, they called my daughter and said they need like 10 people to help do the car wash. And she thought, I don't know where I'm going to get 10. So she calls her brother. And my son says, yeah, I'll show up. And he has one of those big SUVs. I don't know. It holds a lot of kids. He's got a lot of kids anyway. And he showed up with it's like a van load of kids. And they all do the car wash all day. So I am going to title this song after that car wash. This layout after that car wash song. Yeah, because they are at a car wash and working and holding their sign up, and they did really good. They sold You Can shirts at it, and they made good at the car wash. It was for donations only, but yeah, they made pretty good that day. So a lot of people is going to be helped with that. Anyway, I am going to use that pinstripe paper like banners. Only trouble is, by the time I decided I needed more color, this was kind of blah. And so I'm going to decide to bring some yellow in. And her shirt's down there, yellow, see it. And I thought, well, some of the little pieces in here are yellow. I'm going to bring yellow in, and I'll frame my pictures in the yellow, and by then you can't even tell that I put the fish tails on those little banner things. I started to use the white alpha, and I wish now I'd put that piece there over to the left and went ahead and put the title in white, but I did it in blue, so then I had to add a few things in blue so I could coordinate, tongue-tied here, to coordinate with my blue title. But Yeah, I wished I'd went ahead and just moved that over to the left and done my title right there in white. But I didn't. But it was easier to do it because there are lines on that pinstripe, and I was able to get my title straight. And I do love using them for my title because they stick really well. And I did Frankenstein one of the E's, and you will see me somehow get that part of the E off. And I did find it on my wrist, my thumb or something, and put it back on. But yeah, I didn't notice it at first, and I thought, what's that thing? And it looks like my little foam stickers. And I looked, and the Frankenstein part was missing, so I had to put it back on there. I am going to put the sticker on there, and it's going to get moved around for a while, but that sticker says "Killing It" because they did a really good job on the car wash, and I thought it would be pretty good to go with this. And they've done car washes before too. I want to tell you that they've done it for Beta Club, they've done it for the thing they're in at church for a missionary trip, you name it. They've done car washes, so they're almost pros at it. But they did give up their Saturday to do this one unexpectedly. And there's the yellow, and I am going to back all the pictures with that. And I probably should have made the edge a little bit smaller. Maybe you could have seen the banner then when I get done. You can see it on the two top ones, but not on the two bottom ones at all. Yeah, I thought I'd look while I was at it. You can see it a tiny bit. You'd have to know it was there, or you wouldn't even be paying attention to it and knowing it. But you can see it on the top ones better. And I'm going to go ahead and staple the banners on. I'm going to put 3 staples on each one. And I'm going to, the ones that are just square, I'm just going to glue them down. And I'm gluing everything down. No, I'm not. I take that back. All I did was just glue everything together. But I will pretty soon just glue everything down because it might as well be. That's where it's going to go. And all my embellishments are going to go on top. So I will decide that in a minute, I believe. And that's where I'm cutting that, killing it out. And it is going to go there. I'm not going to move it anywhere else, but I am going to add some stuff to that little square. But it's going to go on foam tape. And that foam tape is just the stickiest stuff you ever seen. I mean, it sticks to my fingers everywhere. Of course, it is humid here, but you think it wouldn't be that sticky, but it is. And I had a hard time with it a few times using it today. I mean, I've had hard times a few other times, but today was terrible. But that talking about the car wash is that song. I'm not going to sing for you because you'll appreciate me not singing. Let's just say that. And I'm trying to decide if I want any other stickers on here. And I finally decide on this frame. And I put it on there twice and decide to cut it out for you because I've probably done it another dozen times. For the life of me, I couldn't get it straight on there. I finally decided it's straight enough. It's staying like it is, and I am not touching it again. So, yeah, it went on there. And, sometimes I'll put something in the back of it and make it 3D and put foam tape and all that. And I was beginning to wish I'd done that, when I finally got it straight enough to stay. And that's a finger with the number 1 because, these kids are number 1. They volunteered them and their cousins. And, of course, my little tiny niece is there, too. I don't know how much help she was other than walking around being cute. But she will run little errands for people, so she will do a few things like that. But she's not too good at washing a car. And there was 2 sheets that had a whole bunch of circles on them, and one was in the girls' Team Spirit, and one was in the boys' Team Spirit. And I punched them all out so that. And I did think maybe I should have just punched half of each sheet. because there is a lot in there, and I was just tossing them over in this container. Well, you can see the container there on the left corner, and it's pretty full. It's got a bunch in there, and I did not realize how full it was getting and how many was in there until I was close to done. And I thought I'd put a different texture on here, so I am using vellum there for that punch. And I'm going to put some yellow washi first, and it looks the same color as the yellow behind the pictures and the yellow that's in that circle down there. But once I spread it out on there on the vellum, it looks like a really bright yellow. It, I guess, rolled up, it looks darker than it does stretched out there, so I took it back off. And I pulled out another roll of washi, and this one, the first part was split down the middle, so I pulled that off because I wanted a wider piece there, and I laid it to the side. But I will use it. It's not going to go to waste. I'm going to use it on another one of those frames. Well, two different frames, because it was split in half, and I just used it two different places. And I pulled out these awesome stars by Pink Fresh Studio. Yeah, I really like them. And I'm going to put a couple up there, and they're blue to match the talking about the car wash, yeah. And I almost took them off once, and then I realized, oh yeah, I put them on there because of the title, so they went straight back on the page. It wasn't that I was moving them and thinking they needed somewhere else. It's because I forgot. And I've put part of this on foam tape, the finger and the arrow, and I'm just going to layer all that together. And I am going to put another one of those stars there, and it's going to be white for a while, but I will take it out, the white out, and replace it with another blue one. And I will add another blue one at the bottom of the page so that they'll be around the layout instead of, just at the top of the layout. Don't know where I'm at. Oh, those are my dies, and I'm going to cut out two dies, and I'm going to cut that one in half and put one on one place and one on another. And they're kind of geometric, and the one kind of looks like gears or something, and they look like something you'd build like with an erector set. And I thought, well, car wash, little boys play like they're doing car washes and gas stations and all kinds of stuff with their vehicles and erector sets and everything. And yeah, see, I had a hard time pulling that up, but it's going to go back down in the same place, so I did not pull that piece of foam that's there off. I just figured I'd just go over the top of it. It was still foam tape. And I'm going to put that one down there, and you see me turn it around because I wanted the more narrow spot at the top. And then I put that right back in the same place so I could use the foam tape where it was at. But I did use liquid glue because, it wasn't going to be sticky no more. And I'm going to look at this, and that one 4x6 cut apart, Live Out Loud. That's the one I'm cutting apart. And I am going to be using on there, Be Kind, because, that's what they're doing. They're being kind, and they're doing something out of the goodness of their heart to help other people. And gosh, when they come out here, they help me all the time. My grandson even one day says, what am I doing sitting here? I could be sweeping for you or something. And he only been sitting there like 2 or 3 minutes, and I said, just said it's fine. He didn't have to sweep. But yeah, they're pretty good kids. And when they were smaller, I didn't have them do anything. I still do not have them do anything around my house, but since they're older, they do volunteer. And they know that I don't get the water out of the car because it's pretty heavy, and I've got back problems. And I'll leave it in the car, and then I'll get 4 or 5 bottles at a time, so that means I have to go out there every day. And first thing they do is check when they come, and they go, bring the water in, and anything else I happen to have left out there, like detergent or whatever, they'll just bring it all in. So, you get to the point where you think, okay, I don't need that right now. I'll leave that in the car. Somebody might bring that in for me. But, yeah, they're good kids. And here I am trying to take the foam tape off of that. And even though I did put foam tape on it, I tucked it under the picture. Not the picture mat, but just the picture. And I'm putting glue on that one, and I'm going to layer the other, I don't know if you call it a circular disc or what, but it says, oh yeah. And I'm going to layer it right on top of that. And see that little geotag? I believe it's from Simple Stories, and it's been laying on my desk. It must have fell out when I was doing a layout with Simple Stories months ago. I mean, it's laid there. I don't know how long I just haven't got it up to go put it in the Simple Stories IKEA thingy, iris thing. That's what it's called, an iris thing. And I haven't never done that, and so it's just sit there. And guess what? Today I finally used it. Same colors, everything. So yeah, it got used on this layout. And that's a corner punch there, but I've yet to use it just as a corner punch. I use it to use the stars, and when it should be used, I guess, just for decoration. Because some of those stars are really, really tiny. I mean, tiny. And I'm going to start gluing them around my page and on different things. And I am going to end up punching out more because I did not punch enough out the first time around. And that little punch is like a really tiny Rolodex. And I really like it. It's getting old, though. It was a gift in a rack once, and it was new then, but gosh, that's been like since 2011, so 8 years old. And so it's getting harder to punch all the time, and it gets stuck, and I'm getting worried that it's not going to last. And I have not seen one like it anywhere, so either got to make it last or not get to use it no more. And that has 3 arrows on it, and I'm just going to use like the middle one, and I'm going to go ahead and back it in black because see, I laid it on there and it really didn't pop very well to me. So I'm going to back it in black, and then I'm going to put it back and put foam tape under it, and I think it pops just a little bit more. And I know there is black and white tape on there, but it still pops a little bit more. And I really like that washi because the white part, you can see the pinstripe behind there. And so it looks really good on there. And like I said, that yellow is just too bright, and you couldn't really see the pinstripe that good because the yellow was so bright. It just really, I don't think it's going to go with this collection as well as I thought it would. So I might not be using that on anything. And that's why I picked them up and started to take them off, the stars, and changed my mind because I remembered my title. But yeah, I'm making sure everything's gluing down, double checking because I'm about done with this layout. I don't think I put much else on it. I do change that white star out for a blue somewhere along the way, and I do add washi in a few places. And that is the washi that was on the roll at the beginning that was torn in half. And here, this has been on my desk also for a while, and I thought, boy, it matches that pinstripe really good. Well, I was thinking it before I picked it up and looked at it. I think it's about the same color, and man, it is like the exact same color. So it is going to go on my layout. The rest of it, I can use it to punch something out or something. But it says, what does it say? Here and now. And I do end up putting one of those pink fresh stars on it, and also one of the little punched out stars too. But this is going to be my last little star to go on here, and I will be done with my layout. See how tiny that is? They are cute though. You can see them when you're looking at the layout. It's not like they totally disappear. But this is my layout, and I will leave links below to everybody else doing their kits, sharing their kits this month. And I mean, there's quite a few, so be sure and check them out. And if you love process videos, a lot of them will be process videos. And then there will also be some layout shares. If you leave a comment below, I'll be sure to respond. I love the interaction the YouTube comment section is, and if you if you give me a thumbs up, I'd love that too. And if you're not subscribed, I'd love for you to subscribe. But thank you all so very much for watching and sharing in my joy of scrapbooking. Thank you. Have a happy, scrappy week. Bye.